Hey, it's Taja. Welcome back to the Creative Madhouse. In today's video, I'm going to be walking through Milanote and kind of discussing how I'm using it to plan out my launches and all the things that I plan to do for my stationery business. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to jump into Milanote here so I can kind of show you my current setup. So when you click it open, it'll open up kind of a blank page and you're able to create these boards. And this is a board that you can click into. And then here I have kind of set up, this is kind of like my mainframe, I guess you could say, for Bean+Bug. Now I have my logo here, which is really cool. So you can kind of upload different things. You can add links and to-do lists, lines to kind of connect things, create different columns, comments. You can add a table, add images, upload, and you can even draw on the Milanote page. So for example, let's see. So over here, I've created another board within a board because it kind of builds upon itself, where I kind of created different boards for different projects I plan to do. For this one, this is the most recent one that's coming up. I have like some examples of some of the products that I've created, sticky notes, and this is a week at a glance notepad. Here are a couple of the bookmarks that will launch with the 2026 planner. You can click back up here, and on this is pretty cool. You double click and it'll open up a little tab for you to type in notes here. And when you click on things, you can, you can click and drag and put things into place and organize them how you see fit on that page. So let's go back here. And in order to add a board, so you can right click here and you can click on a new board and it'll open up a new square that you can open up again, and it's blank. One of the cool things about it is that it will make suggestions for different templates that you can use. So let's say if you had a project plan, you can open it up, and what's really nice about it is that it gives you kind of these pre-templates so that you can kind of get an idea maybe of what it is that you might need to think about. Because I'll be honest, when I started, there was a lot of things that popped up that I was like, oh, okay, I didn't even think about that. I might can use that. Oh, it's cool to be able to create a mood board or jot down my ideas, maybe talk about packaging, which is really cool. And let's see here. So if we go to like mood board, it'll pop up like that. It shows different little layouts of things that you can do. And there are more templates here. Let's look at content creation, for example. So if you have a YouTube channel, you can click here and then you can kind of use the template to kind of help guide you in some of the things that you might need to take into consideration or plan for in order for your YouTube channel to be successful, which I think is amazing. Here's an equipment list. It has all kind of things. And again, this is all stuff that, once you use the template, you can move it around, you can delete, you can add to. So for this one, they actually have a YouTube schedule. Well, I'll click use this template so I can show you. All right, so this one has a YouTube schedule. You can open it up. You can actually go back inside of here, content creation. Let's say you want to do a posting schedule, and you can just continue to build upon that. So on here, it's showing how, all right, video 1 is over here in the posted section. So you can actually drag and drop these items. So let's say you were just getting started. It might be over here in the upcoming, right? Let's see, you can kind of drag these things here. And you can move them, throughout the different spaces here as you are completing them. So let me drag that one into there. I'm just going to wait for that little white bar to pop up so that it goes into a new space on here versus dropping it into an existing board. And when you do that, it's really cool because you can even go more in detail. So, like with my videos, I wrote a script. I just double tapped and I sat here and I typed out some of the things that I wanted to say, key points to hit for that particular video. You can actually rename the video up here if you wanted to, so that you know exactly what it is. You can put your title there so you know what it is. Click back here. And then again, you can just kind of move these things through here. So it helps you kind of plan it out. And then once it's in progress, meaning you're recording it or it is recorded, and then you can move it over here to the ready to edit. So do whatever changes and, upticks that you want to do to make it fancy. And then once you post it, move it over here so you can continue to have those videos here, just seeing kind of like your progress. And it's really something gratifying about watching something go from an idea to actually being posted in out there for the world to see. And let's see, if we click on this one, again, you can go into templates. Let's say you're doing content creation. And at this point, for this particular video, you want to do brainstorming. You can again use any of these things here. They even have a video script here where you can actually write it out and plug all of this stuff in. And it seems a little overwhelming, but honestly, I feel like when you go through and you see what each section can actually provide you, it actually really makes it make more sense and just kind of help you mainstream your ideas. And then again, like I said, any of this you can remove from the platform. You don't have to have all of this stuff if you find it to be more than what you need. And then they have different things. You can do a posting schedule, like I said, an equipment list, and really get into all of these different categories. Let's look at another one, for example. Let's say you were, let's do mood boarding. Click here and you can pull in all your pictures and things like that for, your designs. If you have a photographic type of vibe, you can do that. If you're doing interior design, you can put the different pieces of furniture on here. It really helps you create a visual for what it is that you're looking into or you're interested in. So again, I really find Milanote to be very user-friendly. I think it is very motivating because, again, a lot of times we get into this planning phase and we completely like zonk out on actually creating and doing. And I think something like this helps give you a place to put those ideas, but then also an example or kind of like a template essentially is what it is, to be able to actually take that idea out of your head into something that we can all see and enjoy. All right, so I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please let me know if you think you might be interested in Milanote. It is free to use. There are other upgrades and things like that you can use, but I do recommend starting with the free version because it does give quite a bit just at its baseline. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, guys, I hope this one was helpful. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments section. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate each and every view. All right, well, I guess I will see you all in the next one. Thank you.